Whenever I tell someone that I am a sexologist and that teaching people about having great sex is something that I do for a living, they usually have plenty of questions. They want to know more about what my work looks like practically, what are the kind of issues that I help people with most often, and what is my number one advice. So if you too have ever found yourself curious about the life of a sexologist, today I'm going to share with you something very special to me about my work. My name is Helena Nista. I am your favorite sexologist online, and this is the place where I answer all of your questions about sex. And today we're talking about my biggest learning as a sexologist and a sex therapist. So when I was beginning to study sexology and sex therapy, I guess I didn't realize that my most commonly given answer would be, it depends. And maybe. But you see, something that I learned and that has served me so well over the years is recognizing just how different we all are in our bodies, in our preferences, and in our needs and desires. So instead of learning some kind of magical formula or a step-by-step process that will guarantee everybody to have the most amazing, mind-blowing sex of their lives, over the years I've been recognizing more and more that it all depends on the person and the situation. And this is because of this incorrect assumption that so many people are still running with, that there is one good or correct or proper way to do sex. And that is simply not the case. As many people there are in the world, that's as many ways there are of doing sex. And this is where all these maybe and it depends answers come into play, because I am asked so often by both men and women about different sexual acts and preferences. Will my wife enjoy it if I spend more time giving her oral sex? I don't know, maybe. You'll have to ask her. Will my male partner like it if I receive his load to my face? It's possible. Some men like it, some don't. Others are not fussed about it. Is it a good idea to explore anally with my partner? I don't know. All depends on them and their preferences. Some people love anal, some don't, and there is a whole scale of people in between these two binary preferences. Do men prefer it when women swallow their semen during oral experiences? Again, it really depends on the man in question. For some men, this is extremely important for their self-esteem or for their erotic sexual experience. For others, it makes no difference whatsoever. And if you've been watching my videos and my channel for a while, you will know that I refer to communication so often in my videos, and I do advise you to talk to each other about your needs and preferences, and this is exactly the reason why. To complicate things even more, we have such a burden of social conditioning and social norms about what sex should be and what it should look like. And we are absorbing these norms and this kind of conditioning either in school or through media, watching porn or even watching sex scenes in movies. And when we don't get good quality, proper sexual education in our lives, these kind of influences coming at us from different directions will be shaping what we think about sex. And so while yes, our bodies and our minds and our emotions have a certain set of preferences and desires when it comes to how we want sex to happen, but on top of that, we're getting this whole load of conditioning and ideas that aren't quite our own, but are imposed on us over the years. So if you've ever found yourself wondering if your penis is too short or not thick enough or too long, etc., or inappropriate in its function in any way, etc., that's most likely because you have received a message from somewhere that a penis is supposed to look in a certain way and it's meant to function in a certain way. I promise you, you were not born with the idea that your penis was insufficient in any kind of a way. Or if, as a woman, you're wondering if your body is physically appealing enough or attractive enough, that will also indicate very strongly that over the years, you've been absorbing these different ideas and beliefs about how you're meant to look nice and your body is meant to look nice for the men, and that this is the primary goal for you during sex. Or if as a woman you believe that sex is for the man and that he is meant to orgasm and ejaculate, otherwise sex isn't complete, whereas your pleasure and your sexual satisfaction or your orgasm even is not as important, that is also a result of that conditioning. There are also so many other different ideas that basically just go against our nature and against our biology and against the way that our bodies naturally work, but we're having these ideas and we're bringing them to the bedroom, making things a lot more difficult and frustrating for each other. So whenever a woman says, but I need him to be hard when he's in bed with me, or I need him to ejaculate when he is penetrating me, she is displaying a very poor understanding of human biology and our sexual functioning. Because while, yes, in a huge majority of cases, if a man is attracted to a woman, he will be hard with her and he will ejaculate when he's penetrating her. But that will not happen every single time. And it has nothing to do with his level of attraction for her or just how he adores her and wants to have sex with her. That's just how our bodies work. Erections aren't guaranteed. Orgasm isn't guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed when it comes to our sexual experiences. And as long as we are requiring things to happen in a particular way because that's what we believe sex should look like, we're just going against biology. Similarly, when a man is saying to me, but I want her to orgasm when she is with me, then again, he's just showing me how poorly he understands women. Because yes, with adequate amount and type of stimulation, she is very likely to reach that orgasm with him. But that is not guaranteed either. Regardless of how much she loves him, regardless of how attracted she is to him, she will not always reach a climax. Interestingly enough, also, being a YouTuber means that I am receiving a lot of comments and people's opinions under my videos, and I do read all of them, so I know exactly what people are saying when they decide to react to the things I talk about in my videos. A lot of people think that their own experience when it comes to being a sexual human being is the same for everybody else. And again, that is a big misconception and something that we all need to understand and respect. Just because you're not into something doesn't mean that other people aren't either. Just because you don't want to play in a particular way doesn't mean that others don't enjoy it tremendously. Respect other people and their preferences, even if they are very different than your own. More than that, understand that this is normal and natural, that all these different people in the world will have, some of them will have similar sexual preferences to yours, but many of them will want something very different in the bedroom. All of these different beliefs and assumptions and ideas, etc., that are kind of clashing with our desire to have great sex also manifest very strongly in long-term relationships. So anybody who is in a long-term relationship or has been in the past will know that there will be at least some level of struggle or sexual frustration for partners over the years. And many of those struggles will be caused by these ideas that sex should be done in a particular way. That I am not supposed to listen to my body, but I need to absorb the ideas I'm hearing from the media, from porn, from other people, etc., about what is socially acceptable, what is the social norm about people being sexual beings. And both in my work here online on YouTube, teaching all the sexual education, and when I work with people in sessions, and when I create my online courses, I very strongly encourage people to strip those social beliefs and all that social conditioning and to actually dig deeper into the reality of their actual preferences and their sexual erotic selves. And I do in fact have a very special discount currently because Valentine's Day is coming. So if you would like to become a much better lover to your partner and maybe they would like the same, then you both can currently enroll in my courses How to Pleasure Her and How to Pleasure Him at a discounted price. These two courses are my absolute pride and joy. I have poured so much time and effort and knowledge and insight into these courses in order to help you both strip all the unhealthy or toxic beliefs about your sexuality and fully expand, explore, and cultivate your true erotic and orgasmic potential. Because there is so much deliciousness in sex that most people are absolutely not aware of. But we need that proper sexual education. We need the techniques and practices that will help us get there without all this burden of society telling us what we should be doing and how it should be done. So if you're ready to move on to having the best sex of your life, then make sure to check out the links. I have put them both in the description bar below, and also the coupon code to help you enjoy all this knowledge at an even better price.